back and that stuff like that feels serious?
Obviously, as an offensive, staff, we're obviously looking for players that can help, build our room. And if he fits, if it's the right fit, then definitely we'll do our diligence in regards to that and see if he can make it work here. So, but yeah, we're excited about the young guys that we have here now to develop them and go from there.
You mentioned Markus Allen. He got some reps. I think it was the Rutgers game. What stands out about his game? You talked about how he wasn't bowl prep, but why can he make? It seems like he could be in a position to make a pretty substantial leap this next season, right?
Yeah, no, just his size and his play strength. He's got some twitch to him as well for a kid that's 215 pounds. He's starting to run well. He's starting to open up his stride when he's running his routes. He's being aggressive at the top of his routes. His play strength is showing up. His ball skills are showing up. He can go make contested catches, and I think he's getting confident. I think he's starting to come into his own as far as understanding and knowing the offense and really just using his abilities to his advantage. So excited about him, and he's gonna help, elevate the room in that regard. Chimere DK in the same mold. I can depend on him, and he's a competitive guy that loves ball and wants to win. And just those two in general are, what you want to have start your room to help bring those other young guys along. So.
You mentioned Shim. He's going to go from a guy under some seniors this year to the most experienced guy in the room next year. Is he ready for that transition?
He's been ready since his freshman year.
Really?
I have no doubt about his ability to lead and the things that he can do on the field and just how he goes about his daily routine, how he prepares, how he studies. I think those guys will have no better person to learn from once we start getting back into camp and so on and so forth. But I love that kid like he was my son, and he's the standard right now. So he practices the way he plays, and those are the things that I think the other guys will see, and Markus has seen that. And excited about the direction that he's going and training.
You were one of the coaches who liked Cade Giacomelli at camp. I think initially he was listed as a wide receiver. I know he's coming in as an athlete. What do you envision his role can be? I mean, is he a wide receiver? Do you think he's a running back? I know that's not for you to say in the end, but
he's an athlete. He's an athlete.
Okay.
So when he was at camp, he actually worked out for every position. He worked out at safety, he worked out at running back, he worked out at receiver. And the things that I saw from him was, for a kid, he's about 6 foot. He's a put together kid. Can run. He's strong. He was able to run slant routes. He was catching the ball away from his body. He was accelerating. So those are the things that I think translate for me in my position. As far as how other guys evaluate him at safety or running back, that's for them to determine. But he's a good football player. And at the end of the day, that's what we want to have here. We want to have guys that love the game of football, that obviously represent our core values, smart, tough, dependable.
Leonard might kill me for this one, but have you had any dialogue about trying to get Austin Brown on offense?
That would be a yes.
I personally have a man crush on Austin Brown. Coach Leonard knows that, but I'm not going to speak on that much more. Phenomenal athlete, but even a more phenomenal person. And when you engage with that kid, he's what you want here. He's part of what this culture is all about. And excited for Jimmy and his side of the ball to have him. He's a good one. He's special.
I think Jim thinks you guys owe him one for taking Braylon Allen away. He keeps saying every time he goes, I like that Braylon Allen back, please.
No, I mean, and again, that's another example of what a great kid, unselfish, willing to do whatever he can, to help our team, and basically told Paul, Coach, I'll play whatever you need me to play. I just want to win, and you want guys like that. And I think also too, if we can get a group of kids like that are selfless or willing to do whatever it takes for the team, I mean, that's how you win. So.
And versatile too.
Absolutely.
I'm guessing you at least saw him at his camp, but what did JT Seagreaves do? Do you remember him showing up and kind of?
You know, I wasn't. I just saw a little bit of just, you know, the running and just some of the movement type stuff. I didn't really see him work position-wise, but obviously he fits the criteria that you know, Coach Turner wants and needs for his room. And again, good athlete. You know, that has great size and tremendous upside. So.
Let's say apologies, I'm sure you've been asked about these two already, but what do you feel like Vinny Anthony and then Tommy McIntosh? What do you think they can bring to this? What did you like about them, and what do you think that they'll bring to the program?
Right, good question. Competitive, number one. Athletic, both of them. Tommy, size can be a matchup problem. 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", 210, can run. Athletic, great catch radius. Comes from a great program that's won state championship, you know, since he's been there. And smart, tough, dependable. So those are the criteria. And you know, Vinny's just a playmaker. I keep saying that he's a guy that can make plays on the ball. When it's in his area, he'll make a play on the ball. And obviously, good speed, change of direction, has run after the catch ability, and he's a competitive guy. And I'm excited about those guys because they're going to come into a room and push the guys that we currently have on our roster and in our room. So
there's one other name that we didn't know about, Cole from Middleton, in the wide receiver room, if I'm not mistaken. Just what stood out about him and how did that relationship kind of grow?
Say that again now.
Oh, just with what was it? Yeah, with Cole Tenias. Yeah, sorry, from Middleton, the walk-on wide receiver.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, any walk-on that we have and that we look at and evaluate, obviously they have to fit the criteria we're looking for. And you know, we look for tough kids that can obviously run and have some athletic ability that can add to our room. And you know, that's what we look for. And excited that he's on board and he'll push some of the walk-ons that we have in our current room at the moment. So, yeah.
When you have a position like you do where you're going to have some departing seniors and there's spots opened up essentially, just how important is that competition element for everybody that's going to be there, like kind of have a crack at earning a spot on the field?
It's crucial because I think if you have that, then you know everyone's going to push themselves to get better every day. And you don't want a room that's going to stay standard and stagnant. You want guys to help push each other. And I think that being that we do have a young room, I talked about Chimere Dike being the guy that is now the leader in that room in regards to just his routine, how he prepares, the way he goes about his business on a daily basis. I think that's the standard for a lot of guys to shape and mold, their routines after. And it'll be great. It'll be really good. And maybe some of those young guys come in and push Chim to be even better. That's how I see it, and that's what you want. I think that elevates the room to a place where it can help us create plays, whether it be special teams, whatever it may be. Excited for those guys.
Within that too, who do you think, with Danny and Kendrick and Jack, with moving on, you talk about Chimere, Lowinley, who do you think would be the next ones in line that that need to step up or could step up, starting even with bowl prep now heading into spring?
Yeah, so Markus is a guy that obviously his practice yesterday, was reminiscent of a guy that I coached at Colorado State, Michael Gallup. As far as his play strength and his ability to go up and make contested catches and really just playing faster, his play speed, but using his size and his God-given ability to his advantage. And he's doing a great job of that. I think over the course of the season, he's learned the standard of practice. He's learned how to practice, and it's starting to show. He's playing faster, more confident in everything that he's doing right now, and that's really good to see because that's why we brought him here. And he's on the right track. He's progressing in a good way. And Skylar didn't. I wish they would have had the same amount of time to get those reps during the year, but he missed out. He was injured and really had to come back. But he's making strides. He practiced yesterday, showed some glimpses of some things on some deep balls, and we got a good room. We got guys that are going to be fine. We're going to be just fine.
You mentioned Marcus's size, just using that size, because you watch him on the field, you can tell, like, that upper body is not the typical receiver. Like he's got a little bit more bulk to him out there.
Yeah.
How have you started to see him use that? Is it more like uncontested catches, being able to shield guys away, or how does he?
Just at the release.
Okay.
Okay, right in his stem. Being able to run through guys instead of running around guys.
Okay.
Top of the route, being able to create separation with his size. Being able to use that body on contested catches, on deep balls, jump balls. He's starting to show that, and being confident knowing that he has that ability. So.
Gotcha. How big was getting Stephon Bracey back in the room? I mean, we saw the impact he had on special teams, but just the wide receiver room too, just having a guy that's that dynamic.
He's twitchy, explosive, dynamic, like you said. I was excited to see him come back and contribute on teams the way he did on the kickoff return. And he's different. He adds a different element to our room as far as guys that can make guys miss in space and just create separation just by speed, pure speed. So he's trending in the right direction as well. I know he's missed a lot of time, but his mindset is he wants to be better and he wants to get better. So excited about him in the direction he's going too.